Hi, welcome to my channel. Today I would like to discuss on the topic how to crack software interview. I'll be focusing on software development engineer 3 or senior software engineer. Let's see what are the contents which I'm going to cover in this video. First thing is on job titles, competencies, interview process followed, competency wise expectation, sample interview questions, sample job descriptions, and current open roles. Job titles. There are three different types of job titles. One is SDE, which is software development engineers. Few companies would have this job family. It starts with software development engineer 1, engineer 2, and SDE 3 or a software development engineer 3, or they would be called as senior software development engineer. Few companies have a simple job title like software engineer, and to compare SDE3, it comes under senior software engineer or principal software engineer. Few companies have totally different job families like member of technical staff, computer scientist. So the job titles which comes in line to SDE3 are computer scientist, principal member of technical staff, or head of engineering. So next thing is competencies. So what are the competencies which are required for an SDE3? Let's see one by one. Competencies: coding, must required; problem solving, yes; data structures, algorithms, must required; architectural design, and which includes high level design and low level design. As a senior software development engineer, they should be responsible for code reviews, design reviews, and they should also have strong leadership skills. I would like to discuss on each competency in detail in further slides. So next is interview process. In interview process, few companies follow an intro call with an senior manager, because this software development engineer 3 is a very critical role. Like most of the company would have will be following a pyramid kind of structure. In the pyramid, the lower part will be like software engineer or freshers, then uh, SDE ones, then mid to senior level, then senior level, and after senior level there'll be management roles. So this role is a bridge in between mid to senior level role to management role. So this is very critical role. There's a reason most of the time, for senior software development engineer 3, hiring manager would like to have an informatory call, or they would like to know about your candidature, your key contributions and stuff. So that is like an intro call. Few companies doesn't follow that. They would right away go with a technical phone screen followed by in-person rounds of interviews. And there are few other companies which would first give online coding test. After that, recruiter would check the profile and explain about the job role that you are being processed for. Then they'll have phone screen interview followed by in-person rounds of interviews. Let's see, in phone screen would be the first round of interview, which focuses on coding and design and your projects. So most of the time it will be of 60 minutes. Because it's a senior role, it might go up to 90 minutes, depends on the organization. So on-site interview, on-site is in person or face to face. Now it is like video conference interviews. So it would be a day long interview process, or it is like a split loop where based on the interviewer's availability, recruiters would schedule 3 rounds in one day and 3 rounds in another day. So it depends. And in this on-site interview, candidate will be evaluated on three particular competencies. One is technical competencies, managerial competencies, then on the overall contribution and your work and exposure. So after the on-site interview, there would be decision making process where all the interviewers will come together and share their feedback. Main interviewers, hiring manager or a senior manager would take pros and cons in entire feedback and decide whether to hire a candidate or a reject candidate. So here the process ends. Next would be a preparation material. So in this thing, I would like to discuss about competency, and in competency, what are the expectations, and then I'll go into the sample interview questions. So first thing is coding. Coding is high critical round. It is very important, and candidate should able to write code clean and neat, and it should work. If it is not working, definitely it's a red flag. So make sure you practice code. There are websites like Geeks for Geeks, careercup.com, HackerRank, HackerEarth. So there are so many websites. Practice before going for an interview. So in my experience, I have interacted with so many senior candidates. So few candidates would say like, I'm a senior candidate, should should I be evaluated on coding because my strength is architecture. Thing is, for this particular role, coding is must. At the same time, there would be a lot of juniors, mid to senior level engineers working along with you. You will be responsible for their code reviews, and few engineers would come to you for asking clarifications. So you should be able to explain them. At the same time, if they are not able to do it, you should be able to write code and run for them. So that is the criticality of this role. So let's go to the key things that are that are required for this round. You should be able to code in any programming language. Uh, for example, Java, C, C++. Code should be clean and bug free. Code should be maintainable and reusable. Code code should cover most of the edge cases. So you should think through about all the edge cases and then submit the code. So in the interview process, there might be 1 to 2 rounds which focuses on coding competency. So you can expect 3 to 4 questions. So make sure you practice well on the coding. And few things which I would like to tell is like most of the times it will be paper and pen kind of coding expectations, or you need to write code on a paper, or few times engineers would give you a laptop. Now the scenario is different. Most of the interviews are happening on video conference, so you have the luxury to use online platform to write code. But in case if it is an in-person round, if you are asked to write on paper, so make sure it is neat and clean, and take a blank paper and try to work on different edge cases there. And if you feel that code is working, then use it on a paper. It's like normal exam, right? If it is clean and neat, and if you are able to explain, because if you are able to explain, that is good. Thing is, what happens is after the interview you will not be there, right? So definitely the interviewer would represent those papers on behalf of you, and those papers will talk about your performance in the interview. So my suggestion would be like, write clean and neat code, verify whether it is working or not, then submit the code. So next topic is computer science fundamentals. You should be able to use and customize any kind of data structures and algorithms. Should be able to define time complexities and space complexities. So if you haven't worked on these areas, my suggestion, you need to practice, because there would be a couple of individual contributors interviewing you. So if you are not able to explain these concepts, they would compare you with a junior level guy and say like, this guy is able to solve is not able to solve this problem, where HD to a junior level guy is able to solve it. So suggestion is better to be prepared and try to solve as many problems as you can. So next concept is problem solving, highest critical round. This is must have skill. If you are failing to solve the problems in the interview, definitely it is a red flag, and there is a possibility that you would get rejected. So my suggestion for you all is to prepare well on the problems. Like, you should be able to solve problem of any kind of complexity, and you should be able to come up with a solution which can be simple and understandable. And sometimes, if you are able to come up with multiple solutions for the same problem, you can also suggest that if time permits. So why I mentioned this round as highest critical round is, like, you would be working with senior leaders, managers, would be working with stakeholders, internal stakeholders and external stakeholders. Every problem posed to you is sometimes would be uh, new, sometimes it would be an existing one. So your capability of thinking in that direction and providing solution for the problem is very critical. So thinking about that complexities, interviewers would expect problem solving in the interviews, and they would ask questions which are like really vague, really ambiguous. So you should be able to ask questions, gather the requirements, and think through. My suggestion for you all is, like, don't jump onto the solutions, right? Most of the times you know the solution, you know how to solve it, and while explaining you might miss out on one or two concepts. So rather than doing that, take the requirements, ask questions, get clarity on the requirement, like what interviewer is asking, then what is his expectations. Accordingly, if you build the system, definitely it would be a very good impact in the interview. So make sure you're prepared well. And I would also discuss about questions in coming up slides, so that you'll get an idea about it. Next thing is architecture. This is like the one, and the senior software engineer should definitely have this skill. So in this round, you'd be expected how you gather the requirement, from whom you would gather the requirement. If the problem is new, would you be able to build a system from scratch, and would you able to design the architecture and deliver it? So all these three things are important: requirement gathering, then designing, problem solving, then delivering. So these are the areas that you will be evaluated on. So you should be able to design any problem, should be able to define high level components, and like, for example, take Paytm kind of application. In Paytm, there are multiple components, like um, uh, getting money onto your Paytm wallet or something like that, right? So define high level components, and you should also talk about the functionality, how it works. So I am not a techie, so I am not able to get into the details. So my suggestion would be, you should define high level components and talk about how it functions, what are the roles of those components. And you should also be able to design low level modules, and the dependency of the modules also you should define, like how would it react if there is any change in one module. So interdependability should also you should also discuss about that concept. And you should always think about how the customer or an end user would be using this application. Would it be simple and user friendly, or it is a complex design that you are proposing? So think about the customers before doing a design round. So this is one more pointer on architecture. Next point is scale. In continuation with architecture design, we should also be able to talk about the scalability, because scale concept is very much important in the architectural round. So you should define the architecture in such a way that down the line 5 to 6 year, how would this application be? So scalable concepts are very important. So as a senior engineer, You should always propose a solution which has concepts of scalability. So next concept is distributed systems. Distributed system concept is also a part of design. You should have experience working on distributed systems. So solution should also include distributed system concepts, high availability, fault tolerance, high response rate, minimal downtime. These are the concepts, and these are high level component concepts which are required in the architectural design. And while doing this, you should need distributed system concepts to include in the design. So make sure you prepare on distributed system concepts before interviewing for an SDE3 role at any company. Next is complexity and impact. So it is must have. Most of the times in the interview process, managers would expect or they would ask you on your key contribution. What are your key contributions? So whether you have solved any complex problems, your experience in solving high critical problems, and how did you manage it, whether what was your role there. Then they would go into deep of your understanding of the project or your technical understanding of the project. Then whether you have delivered it or not, because designing, proposing a solution is fine, but delivering the project is equally important. So that is one pointer that will be expected: your key contribution and deliverables, impact that created by the solution that you have proposed the solution in terms of cost saving, revenue generation, efficiency of the solutions. At the same time, you should also talk about the process improvements or any new process that you have improved or introduced in your team. So you should also talk about it and its effects. You should always talk about your implementation and its effects and the benefits of it. So those are the things that you are expected. Next is leadership skills. This is like very important, and if somebody fails on this aspect also, there might be very less chances to get through as an SDE3. So as an individual contributor, what you bring onto the table is very important. The positive impact that created on organizational goals, you should talk about it. Should be able to take any kind of challenge, right? I would talk in detail in the next slide, like in stakeholder management. So stakeholder management, you should be able to talk about experience working with stakeholders, internal stakeholders, external stakeholders, senior managers, leaders. For example, internal stakeholders are your fellow engineers or the cross-functional teams that you are working with. So how would your interaction be with them? And then external stakeholders, how would you work with them? You should also talk about it. How did you stand firm on the decisions or the solution provided? It's like having backbone. How would you defend the architecture or the solution that you are prepared with data? Without data, if you propose the solution, it won't be accepted by the large audience. So make sure you prepare with the data. In the interview also, you should talk about the examples where you have demonstrated this particular aspect in your experience. So that would be like really positive data point. Critical examples on how you created a massive change in the company or the team. You should also be able to talk about how fast and flexible you are in working on the solutions. So these are the areas that you need to prepare well. Next thing is mentoring. Mentoring is like really important competency. So you should talk about the process that you followed to mentor juniors. How did you share feedback to your mentees? what is your experience in doing code reviews, code design reviews, and defining the quality standards. How would you give feedback to them, right? How would you work with them? How did it make difference in the project? So prepare on these aspects and write down 3 or 4 projects or examples that you are part of mentoring process, and give those examples. Next is value addition or ideas. These are good to have. So any learnings that you did in terms of the new technology that you learned outside, and that technology that you used in the project, you should talk about it. Or any idea that you worked on, and any solution that you built and developed applications, or like any kind of Android app or iOS app, if it is there on like Google Play Store app or App Store, if you demonstrate, it would be good. It's not like must have, must needed, but if you have these things, then it would be good thing. Next thing is like questions which I am going to talk about. By failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail. So Benjamin Franklin said this. So I would share a few tips or questions which would help you in preparing. So first thing, as I said, practice coding on Geeks for Geeks, CareerCup.com, HackerRank, HackerTrial. There's so many websites available. Try to practice as many coding problems as you can. Next thing is design questions. So as part of HDE2 video, I have discussed about these areas. So I have divided into 6 categories, which is gaming and video making, payment wallets, news or social media applications, ride sharing and food delivery app, entertainment platform, and e-commerce. So prepare on these things. At the same time, you can prepare on few questions like a calendar, design an Outlook calendar, or like online bookstore. These are the things that you can expect on the design front. See, the ambiguity differs from SD1 to SD2 to SD3. So, and in managerial round, mostly you'd be asked on ownership and mentoring, the complexity of the projects that you worked on, key contribution, implementation, and learning. So sample job description. Let's go in detail about like how job uh, job description looks like for an SDE3 role. So at Amazon, you design at a product level with high involvement through all phases of software development engineer lifecycle. I mean, like end-to-end process. So you use object-oriented or functional programming design concept to program large multi-tier systems. So another in one more point, they spoke about large-scale cloud-based distributed services. So distributed environment is must required. Best practices in improving team coding, which talks about mentoring. So there are other aspects like uh, whatever the technology, you can work on any of the technology. Use lean software development concepts such as Agile, Scrum, and Kanban. Using engineering practices like code reviews, continuous deployment. So it covers most of the points that we discussed on the top. Let's see another job description, which is Microsoft. In Microsoft also talks about building great software enterprises, and then it discuss about design, implementation, performance, and quality. It is like end to end, and even you need to do a unit testing. You should be able to do code reviews other engineers. So, and it also talks about distributed systems, security and compliance experience. So it also like these are the points which I covered. And then in Uber talks about actively seek out the toughest technology and engineering problems and solve them. Problem solving is what they are talking about. On large opportunities initiatives, like think big, like ideas, and you need to drive the solutions. Then work with teams, Then leadership, you should also work with leadership teams, which is like stakeholder management. um, Good judgment, like taking stands on design that you have proposed with the data. And it also talks about designing, implementing, testing, and rolling out the next generation solution. It is end-to-end design and development of the application. Then best practices, producing best code, it is like coding. Then helping teammates, which is mentoring. So it has even more details. So current open roles. Companies hiring HD3s are Uber, Microsoft, Amazon, MobiKwik, Walmart, Expedia, and Groupon. I collected this from LinkedIn, so you can search on jobs LinkedIn, so you would get more information on it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hope this video would be really helpful for you. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. If you want to reach out to me, send a mail on my mail ID or connect on LinkedIn. Thank you so much. Have a great day.